Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is race and magic. This is a long overdue discussion because it makes a lot of people uncomfortable and some are very sensitive to it because of the racism that's going on that's being reinvigorated full throttle. And that's understandable, but it has to be talked about because many people, and we all have our prejudices. And when you're working with spirits, they want to alleviate some of those. I know I've told this story before, but I want to reiterate it because I know I have new subscribers, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I remember when I was having a discussion with Hel, or Hela, which is a Norse goddess, and she's related to Loki. And we were talking. She said, I have no problem with helping you. And she said, you know what the problem is with people on this planet? They too hung up on skin color. And that's not the only one that said that. I know King Paimon had worked with another white occultist, and he was lecturing him about why racism was wrong. And if you ever want to see the evils of race, look at a race within a race. White Anglo-Saxon Protestants. They didn't like Irish people, and they didn't like Italians, and that history is well documented. Even though, along with Jews, they're the same, because so-called Jews didn't connect themselves with Judaism until 741, AD, and that's in the book of the 13th Tribe by Arthur Kunstler. They got with Judaism when they were in Eastern Europe, specifically Turkey, but they don't see them as white. Go to Harlem. I was a Harlemite. I can tell you this for a fact. There's the continental Africans, then the Jamaicans, and then there's African Americans. Ain't no love lost. Period. And when you're trying to connect with the spirit, it's like Lord Ganesha has worked with me. I'm not Asian, and he's worked with white people. It's not like Lord Ganesha is sitting around like, wait a minute, a Negro trying to summon me? You see how silly it is? Even people, and I'm going to say this because I'm going to put it out there. There are some people in the so-called African-centered community that don't like dealing with sorcerers because they want to deal with Kemet. So they see working with Lucifer or Lilith or Boar or Abaddon and all that, that's white Satanism. White Satan, like what does that mean? You don't even know what it means. Even though Amun is another aspect of Amun-Ra. See how prejudice is getting away? And I want to say this to all the people that want to practice a particular path, but you're not from that race. With the Norse, it's hard because they're Scandinavian. But will they ignore you? No. I've had a student, Thor, help them out. It's hard with voodoo as well because you have to come from that line. Now, hoodoo and conjure, that's different because although it came from voodoo, it also incorporated folk magic from the indigenous people in the Americas as well as white people. I know some people who were Haitian, and Italians have taught them folk magic. So, and people also need to know this. You can, if you're initiated in Ifa or voodoo, that spirit will let you know if it's your call. And people say, well, that ain't true. Oh, it isn't? Oh, okay. Well, what about Richard Chamberlain? Let's check off his boxes. White, check. British, check. Homosexual, check. And he got initiated in Ifa. Oh, well, he paid for that. How do you know? We have to understand, we keep this thing going. What are my pantheons? Egyptian. And no, it ain't Middle Eastern. Greek, Roman. Those are my pantheons. And they even told me, even the Orisha themselves, we're not your pantheon. You can't make this mistake of because you become from a racial or genetic group, this is the one for you. Give it some time. You will find it out. I don't want people to sound like that Japanese guy in Return of the Dragon. Who can do karate better than Japanese? And Chuck Norris washed that man. See, this is what happens when you let your prejudices blind you to certain realities. Certain spirits want you to respect the culture and tradition. They don't care about what color you are. That's your burden to bear. That's not theirs. Just like when people working with Michael. They don't assume Michael black, and if they do assume he black, they just, he may look down on me. Angels don't like everything you do, but their thing is, I will work with you, but stop sitting around feeling sorry for yourself, or you don't want to put the work in. Stop having that Charlie Brown effect. I didn't get a Christmas card. I know nobody likes me. Would you want to help a person like that that's talking like that 60% of the time? No, you would not. So the thing is that most people here are hung up on that because of social orientation. They feel that their power is being threatened, and they just have an insecurity about it. But spirits will help you as long as you respect the culture and tradition. And if they really want to pull you towards that area of arcane expertise, they will do so irrespective of your race and your gender and your ethnicity. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.